Welcome everybody to Golf Fitness 101, the power of golf fitness. I am so glad that you are here. Can't wait to talk to you about golf and golf fitness and how to get you started on really enhancing and elevating your golf game. So I'm going to jump right in to this presentation. It should take about 50 to 55 minutes. So let's go ahead and get started. So welcome, first of all, and what's in today's class is we're going to talk about why we need golf fitness and understanding the unique needs of golfers, the 4 pillars of the golf swing, and look at specific joint function and how these really empower the golf swing. We're going to look at key components to a golf fitness program, some strength training tools besides just dumbbells and barbells. There's a lot more out there. And then designing your own golf fitness program. So everyone, welcome. Just a little bit about me. My name is Janice Thornton, and I'm so excited that you are here today. I'm originally from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. So yes, I am a cheesehead. And if you're wondering where Beaver Dam is, it's between Madison and Milwaukee. I do have a master's degree in exercise physiology from UW-La Crosse. And I got the best piece of advice when I was finishing up my master's degree. And that was to move out of state and go somewhere where you've never been. Because I ended up moving to Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1993, and I met my husband in 1997. So that is my husband, Roy, with me. He was my caddy to help me win a season-long match play series that we had at our club. So I now live in Cave Creek, Arizona. And if you're wondering where that is the North Valley of the Phoenix area. Absolutely love it. I did used to work in sick care for over 25 years. So what is sick care? I spent 10 years working in cardiac rehab, and then I spent 15 years calling on doctors in the pharmaceutical industry for 15 years. So I spent, like I said, the 10 years in cardiac rehab, 15 in pharmaceuticals. So 25 years I spent being around a lot of sick patients. And so that's when I decided it's time to create my own online personal training business. So that way I can actually work in what I consider healthcare. So with this online personal training business, I have a TPI level 2 fitness certified. I'm Golf Digest Golf Fitness Trainer certified. I'm NASM Golf Specialist certified, ACE Personal Trainer certified as well. I have played tennis for over 25 years. I did have to quit due to knee pain. So in my mid-30s, I did quit and I picked up golf and have been playing for over 20 years. Absolutely love it. I am a single-digit handicap and have been for the last 5 to 6 years. And about 6 months ago, I was recently featured in Golf Digest digital magazine on Fitness Friday. And actually, as of today, I've been asked to actually write another article for them. So I'm very excited about that. Okay, so let's dive in. Let's dive into some competitions that I have. I am the senior club champion of Tatum Ranch Golf Club for 22, 23, and 24. I do play on our Tatum Ranch team play. I love match play. I'm actually one of the co-captains of our team play. And then we play all around the valley in the winter, which is a lot of fun. And then I love playing in tournaments around Arizona and Tatum Ranch Golf Club. Okay, my vision and mission is to help elevate a golfer's game by improving their strength, balance, flexibility, and mobility. And then I also want to help golfers age backwards. Quite honestly, I'm pretty greedy. I want to help you get stronger, have better balance, better flexibility and mobility. So that way when you can play golf for a really long time. And I want to help all my friends be healthy and be able to play golf well into their 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. So that's why I'm a little greedy. Just want to be able to help a lot of people. Okay, so I want to do a little check on you. Just to say, if you're watching the replay or if you are on live, how often do you play golf? Are you someone who gets to play once a week? Do you play 3 times a week? Do you get to play golf for your work? That's always awesome when you get to play golf for work. I don't actually play golf for work. However, I do get to play anywhere from 1, sometimes 4 times a week. Like I said, when I've got team play in that winter time, I do get to play a lot more often. And then in the chat, put how often do you rate your golf game? Are you someone who is just, I'm a recreational golfer, I love to go play once a month or once every 6 months? Or are you someone who's super serious and that you play 2 or 3 times a week, or if not more? Let me know. And are you that, like you're a scratch golfer, you're a plus handicap, you're a 36, whatever you are? Let me know. I like to know what kind of crowd I have. And then, do you currently exercise for golf? So put that into the chat for me and let me know what you currently do. All right. So let's first take a look at golf. And I absolutely love this sport, and there's a lot of reasons why. And here's a couple of them. One, first is golf is a very unique sport. You have beautiful golf courses, and not one of them is the same. And that's what I love about playing golf. Golf is the only sport where your court or playing field changes every time you play. Even if you play the same course, it still can change a lot. There are so many variables that happen each and every time you step on the golf course. Let's look at the weather. It could be sunny one day, it could be rainy, windy, cloudy. All of these things have an impact on how your ball flies, how far it flies, and all of that. Is your course that you're playing undulated? Is it flat? Is it hilly? We have to look at how the ball lays on the ground. Do you have a side hill lie, a downhill lie? Are you in the bunker? Are you in the desert? Are you hitting out of a bush? Are you in some deep rough? Who knows? That's the great thing about golf. You have to be able to adapt all the time. And then what kind of golf course are you playing? Are you playing a desert course, a links, a park style with lots of trees? Is it hilly? Is it flat? But that's what I love about golf is you always have all these variabilities that go into the game. So I'm a big proponent on that. If you're a golfer of any level, it does not matter. You need to train a little bit differently because we have so many different variables to think about. Golf isn't your average sport because there's a lot of parts that go into that swing. And the crazy thing is that swing lasts like 2 seconds or less when you're swinging the club, but there's a lot that goes on. Golf requires so much. It requires strength, balance, flexibility, and mobility. You are going to hear me use those words all the time. Golf is a one-sided sport. We have to make sure that we can prevent injuries from happening. And that's where golf fitness really comes in because you're able to work that non-dominant side as well and make it as strong as your dominant side. And then, of course, golfers have different elements to deal with. So when you are physically fit and when you exercise on a regular basis, playing in the elements can be very challenging, especially if it's rainy or if it's windy. The more physically fit you are, the stronger you are mentally. They just go hand in hand. And that's what is really going to help someone if you have a lot of adversity with the elements. Your physical fitness will play a role. And we have to remember golf is a rotational sport. So we should be training that way. We want to make sure that we are getting the rotation in. I don't know about you, but I've had this happen to me. Maybe it's happened to you or someone you know, where you've been sitting somewhere or you are cleaning something out and you go to reach for something. And the next thing you know, you've just tweaked your back. And all you did was reach for something. Now, here's the deal. If you would actually be training your body to handle rotational activities or reaching in a different capacity, that tweak probably wouldn't have happened. Because I guarantee you, because I've changed my training, I haven't had that tweak happen in probably 15 years. So I can speak for the golf fitness in itself. Okay, so why golf fitness? What do golfers need? I've already told you. Strength, balance, flexibility, and mobility. When you have these four pillars, the great thing is it helps you develop power for the golf swing. And what do all golfers want? We want to hit the ball farther, reduce our risk for injuries, stay flexible and mobile, and have strength and stamina to walk 18 holes. And if you have other reasons why what you want as a golfer, please put them into the comments so I can check that and see what you all are looking for. There's a lot of demands in golf, and there's a lot of muscle engagement on the golf swing. It's like no other. So we have to have your core. You have to have your legs and glutes working well. You have to have back, arms, and shoulders working well and being mobile. And again, your ankles, wrists, and neck. And a lot of people don't even think about those areas. Those also need to have flexibility and mobility to have an effective golf swing. So that bottom left picture, my friend's in the bunker, and talking about needing to be fit, she had to be able to get down into that bunker and to get out, much less hit the ball out of that bunker. And the middle picture doesn't quite do this hole at Pebble justice, but you can see that there's a huge hill that you have to climb to be able to get up toward the green. You have to be in shape if you're walking these courses. And then the picture on the right with the gentleman in the bunker, he's got this awkward stance. And he's got 1 foot out, 1 foot in. He's got to be able to make some kind of swing to get that ball out. The more physically fit that you are, the better you're going to be able to handle that kind of golf shot and make it more effective. Okay, we're going to jump into the 4 pillars of the golf swing and look at golf-specific joint function. So the first pillar is the forward flexion. This is just addressing the golf ball. This is where you're hinging at the hips and addressing the ball. The second pillar is looking at internal hip rotation, because on your takeaway, you start internally rotating on that trail leg. Then we also have lateral flexion, which is side bend throughout your entire swing, except for in 2 places, which I'll talk about in a minute. There's lateral flexion happening everywhere in that golf swing. And then, of course, we need thoracic rotation when it comes to an effective golf swing. Now, these 4 pillars work together during the golf swing. And if you have one area that is weak, the golf swing will be compensated. And of course, this is going to lead to injury because you don't have your entire body working efficiently together. And I also want you to realize, though, joint function and physical fitness are not equal. You can actually be really fit and not have mobility and flexibility throughout your body. So it's very important that mobility and flexibility are included in your golf fitness routine. Okay, so let's look at what joint function actually is. Joint function is the ability of your joints to move, to articulate well, and to stabilize movement without having any kind of compensation within your body. We want to make sure that your joints just move freely about. Your muscles, tendons, ligaments, and fascia, they all produce this kinetic energy, and that provides support and movement within our bodies. And we want our joints to move as freely as possible, minimizing, of course, any type of injury, reducing our pain in our bodies. The more mobile your joints are, and the more that they can move freely, the less pain that you are going to have. Okay, so let's tackle pillar number 1, because that's forward flexion. So in that picture on the right, I'm in a forward flexion address position. So I have a stable forward flexion of the spine, hips, and knees, slight bend in the knees and hips. I'm also creating an anterior tilt of the pelvis. And you want to make sure that your posterior chain or your back side, and that you have a strong core, because this is going to give the golfer a strong address position. you'll find weaker golfers, and especially older adults, they have a hard time maintaining the spine angle. And the goal, of course, during the golf swing is to maintain this golf swing, this spine angle throughout the entire swing. So what's happening in the golf swing? So if you look at this lady on the right, she's not maintaining a forward bend during that golf swing. She's raising up on the takeaway. She has limited rotation. So this is going to cause someone to hit the ball thin or fat or completely miss the ball. But this is a perfect example of someone who is not strong in the core or the posterior side, the back side, that they're not able to even really stay in that forward flexion position. So there's an assessment for you that you can do. Get in front of a mirror, get into your 7-iron position, and can you hinge at the hips well? Look at yourself in the mirror to see, are you able just to even get into a forward flexion position or a dress position? Now, another thing that you can do to test, so if you're on here as a PGA instructor, another personal trainer, you can actually just test your clients simply without them even knowing, and do a standing bent row in a straddle position to start and with feet side by side. You're going to find someone who is weaker in that forward hinge, that forward flexion, that they're not even able to get into that position. They're going to be more upright to do this bent row. They don't like to actually get over. Weaker or older adults do have a hard time hinging at the hips, and they will be more upright. Okay, so pillar number 2. This is internal hip rotation. And we want to be looking at our takeaway. So on the takeaway, the trail leg goes into internal hip rotation. We have a maintaining our forward flexion. So you can see in the swing on the right that Brigitte is maintaining forward flexion as she takes that club head back. And getting to the top of the backswing is one of the hardest positions to get into and maintain for sure. And just remember, on your downswing and follow through, now your lead leg goes into that internal hip rotation as well. So we need internal hip rotation on both sides for an effective golf swing. So what's happening in the golf swing? You could have an overuse of the back, shoulders, and elbows if they're not able to have internal hip rotation or that forward flexion. You're going to now have low back pain and power loss. So if there's not a lot of good internal hip rotation, guess what? Your low back is going to take part of that brunt. You have loss of swing plane, loss of swing arc, a general restricted movement, and then limited backswing and follow through as well when you don't have good internal hip rotation. But there's a drill for you that you can do at home, easy one. It's called the cigarette drill. You are going to stand with your feet against the wall, have your butt against the wall, and have your back against the wall. Because we want this movement to be only at the hips. So you're going to have your heel against the wall. We're going to be pivoting off your heel. And what all you're going to do is move your foot side to side, each leg. See how far you can actually internally and externally rotate. So you should be able to internally rotate 40 degrees, externally rotate about 45 degrees. So if you can't internally rotate, that means you have tight external rotators. If you can't externally rotate, turn your foot out, you have tight internal rotators. So definitely check it out. And some people can just, I've had clients who just can stand there and they're like, this is all I can do. And it's amazing that they can barely move their hips. Because I already know then for sure that their swing is affected. Okay, pillar number 3 is lateral flexion. This is side bend. And there's only 2 positions that we don't side bend in. But this is my friend Carl. He's the inventor of the TrueTurnPro, and that's the device that he is showing in the picture on the left. So all Carl's doing is going back into a normal golf swing. What Carl did for the picture on the right is literally move his feet on the floor. He stayed in that position. You can see the side bend that he's in. So again, on your takeaway, we need to be able to have lateral flexion because that side bend is happening throughout the entire golf swing. Because in the golf swing, there's so much anatomical demand for the forward flexion. So he's got to be able to stay bending forward. He's got to be able to get into the internal hip rotation. And now he's got to be able to stay into this side bend as well. There's a lot to be asking for all this. The only time there's no lateral flexion is at address. And then when you finish your golf swing, you're out of the side bend. But lateral flexion is very important. And you're going to find weaker golfers have a hard time even doing any kind of lateral flexion. Because think about it. We sit so much for jobs. We're sitting in a car. We sit when we get home. We do a lot of sitting, and we're not doing the side bending that we need to be practicing. So an assessment, easy one to do. Stand with your feet together and then have your hands by your side, and you can just let your hands slide down your leg and see how far you can get on each side. Now, I would also recommend doing this drill against the wall because you want to make sure you're going directly to the side, because what happens is people will kind of lean forward and be like, oh, I can sort of get down a little bit farther, or they'll lean backwards and be like, oh, see, I can go a little bit farther. You want to make sure that you're going directly side to side. The other thing you can test is with the TrueTurnPro. I love this device because if you look at the picture on the right, you have the contralateral arms. And what that is doing is isolating your arms and your shoulders. So your movement has to come from the spine, and you're going to get a much better read of how flexible and mobile your spine actually is. So what's happening in the golf swing if you don't have good lateral flexion? So a limited side bend correlates with limited thoracic rotation typically. You end up with an excessive sway during the backswing and follow through. The swing faults are going to affect your swing plane. So there you're going to have bad contact with your ball. And then a lot of times you have shoulder compensations with limited coiling. And that's not going to be good to make good contact with the ball. Okay, pillar number 4. This is thoracic rotation of the spine. We need to have a good thoracic rotation. So you have your cervical spine, then you have your thoracic spine, then you have your lumbar. Your thoracic spine makes up that your lower or upper back, upper to mid back. So we want to rotate the thoracic spine into a proper or desired amount of shoulder turn. And you can see the gentleman on the right, he's got a great turn in his golf swing because we truly want to have a good shoulder turn in the golf swing. And the final phase of the swing causes the rotation of the torso into the lead side lateral flexion and thoracic rotation. So we want to make sure when we are taking that club head back that we're able to get good thoracic rotation. So what's happening in the golf swing if we're not though? And I will say this female, she is not having as good of a day with her thoracic rotation. She is picking the club up more and not actually rotating her body to develop a coil so she can get more power in her golf swing. But a lot of times you'll have shoulders and arms are often overused in the swing, and then you have a limited coil. So then the golfer tries to use the arms more, and then this can lead to injuries, can lead to golfer's elbow, shoulder injuries, and all sorts of things. Also, if you don't have good thoracic rotation, you have shifting and swaying of the hips, and that also leads to the hips. If you don't have good internal hip rotation, you have shifting and swaying of the hips as well, and it's just not good for the golf swing. But again, there's some assessments that you can do at home. You can get in front of that mirror, get into a 7-iron position so you're going to have a forward flexion, and then but put your hands across your chest this time. And then just do a takeaway and kind of look at yourself in the mirror, see what kind of rotation do you get. Or you can do it seated in a chair. The nice thing about sitting in a chair is it takes out your hips. And this way you can really see, what can my spine actually do? And then of course you can add in the TrueTurnPro, because sitting in that chair, again, now you've taken your arms and shoulders out of the mix, and you'll get a great idea of how far you actually can rotate. The great thing about that TrueTurnPro as well is now you can practice and help yourself actually get better at thoracic rotation with this device. The TrueTurnPro will actually help every single one of the 4 pillars. So just want to do a check-in to see how you're doing. So in the comments, if you want to let me know how you're doing so far, let me know what you think. Would love to know, and I'm going to take a sip of water as well. All righty. Okay, so let's dive into the key components of a golf fitness program. And the first one is going to be strength and power. We want to develop strength and power. Our objective is to enhance muscular strength to improve power and stability into the golf swing. And there's some key points for this. You want to focus on full body exercises, full body workouts each and every time that you work out. I find those to be the most effective because people are able to do, for sure, strength training 2 or 3 times a week and feel like they've really accomplished something for the week. You want to make sure that you have core exercises, upper and lower body, shoulder, rotator cuff exercises in that workout. We want to do a full body workout. Now, remember, golf is very one-sided, so you have to make sure you do work your non-dominant side effectively. So I actually love to have exercises where you skip doing machines if you can and do use more dumbbells. Make that non-dominant side do the work as well, because if you're on a machine, your dominant side will take over and your non-dominant side won't be getting as strong as it really could be. And like I said, we want injury prevention when the non-dominant side is as strong as the dominant side. So that's going to help injury prevention. But also, besides just doing chest press and lunges or squats, to do compound movements, which are movements with at least 2 exercises in them. I love doing like a squat with a bicep curl, or a side lunge that goes into a shoulder press, or just, like a chop type wood chop exercise that you're squatting down and then you have to rotate and twist up. Those are great activities to add in because now you're adding in multiple movements and you're starting to train rotationally, making your brain think more. I know when I taught a class this winter, I would have us do a lot of compound movements and they're just like, wow, this is harder than I thought. And I'm telling them how you have to really be able to think out on the golf course. So when you have to think in the workout room, it's going to take it out to the golf course, and it's going to make playing golf that much easier. Now, we also want to incorporate flexibility and mobility in your golf fitness program because we want to increase your range of motion, have more fluid joint movement, and that's going to give you a more efficient golf swing. So what happens on the golf course? If your swing effectiveness decreases, if you don't have good flexibility and mobility, your swing effectiveness decreases. Your quality of shots are going to get worse. You're going to have higher scores. You're going to have more aches and pains. And that's going to be no fun. So make sure that you really target your shoulders, hips, and back. You want to make sure that you're doing dynamic stretching out onto the driving range before you go play golf and even after you play golf. Cardiovascular endurance is the third thing that you do want to take care of because most people that I talk to actually prefer walking 18 holes. Most people don't like to ride. It's fine to ride when it's super hot out. If you have a little injury, sure, whatever. But most of the time, people enjoy walking and playing golf because it actually improves your golf game. But do remember, if you're walking and you don't have good cardiovascular fitness, you get pooped on the back nine. And it's easy to have a not so great swing when you're tired. Your quality of shots goes down. And then, of course, mentally, you can start checking out. And then guess what? Your score goes up. And that's not a fun day of golf. So to easily improve your cardiovascular, obviously get on with the treadmills, the ellipticals, rowers, do hiking, go outside and walk, And I love to actually do interval training, HIIT workouts, and Tabata workouts, because here you're actually incorporating strength training and cardiovascular all in one. You're going to burn more calories, increase your metabolism, kill two birds with one stone, and you're going to feel like you're getting a fantastic workout with that. Now, you also want to incorporate balance and coordination. So many people forget this component to working out. And quite honestly, even when I watch people just work out at the gym, I rarely see people practice balance. And as you get older, you're going to find that's one of the things that goes quickly is our balance. And we don't want that to happen. A golf swing needs to be a balanced swing. So you can easily enhance your stability and balance. And you're never too old. I will tell you, you are never too old to improve your strength, balance, flexibility, and mobility. Never too old. So what happens in the golf swing when there isn't control? Typically, you're going to slide and sway. You're going to lift your upper body up and have horrible contact with the ball. You may dip down toward the ball because you're trying to compensate what you just did. So just some points to remember. Balance exercises improve the weight distribution during your swing. There's great coordination exercises that you can do to synchronize body movements. And then I love using the Bosu ball, regardless of your age. Anyone can get on the Bosu ball correctly. Doing single leg stands and doing movements along with that to really promote the balance. I love using stability balls, the TRX, things like that. And then lastly, you do want to incorporate some golf-specific drills. Mimic and improve specific movements and skills required in golf is the objective to that. Golf is a rotational sport, so we need to actually do rotational exercises. And I will say a lot of golfers don't typically train they don't do rotational stuff, workouts, and we have to remember that. So medicine balls, the Bosu ball, GolfForever swing trainer, the TrueTurnPro, all are going to truly help with rotation in the golf swing. Okay, so I have actually created a 44-page document for you, ebook for you called Golf Fitness 101. Because the next set of information that I'm going to go over, I didn't want you to go, oh my gosh, there's so much here. And I actually go into more detail in the ebook than what I'm doing on this masterclass today. So let's look at some strength training tools that you can use. Now for at home, I actually use all of these: the stability ball, dumbbells, tubing, the Bosu ball, bands, because you can put those around your thighs, ankles, and feet to create more resistance in an exercise. I love using the Pilates ring or the magic circle, the swing trainer, the TrueTurnPro, the TRX. All are great things to have at home to be able to do exercises with and do great golf fitness workouts. Now, if you're at the gym, of course, you can add in machines, you can add in the barbells and the free weights, and then add in all of the above as well. So some home workouts, I for sure love the stability ball, dumbbells, and tubing. And the exercise that this gentleman's doing in the picture is probably a hamstring curl or a glute bridge or a combination of both. So this picture is in the ebook just so you will have it and so you can remember what this exercise is. And then these pictures also are in the ebook. So you're going to have on the Bosu ball doing a squat. And this one you could just have 1 foot on the Bosu ball, 1 foot on the floor doing squats, or you can squat down, step up to the Bosu ball. There's a variety of things that you can do. The gentleman in the middle doing the plank on the Bosu ball. Love this exercise because you are having to really engage your core even more than just doing plank on the floor to make sure that you can keep your body stable on that Bosu ball. And then on the right, there's my husband. He's actually doing some shoulder work and some balance work all at the same time on that Bosu ball, working on forward flexion and then balance and shoulder mobility. And then also using bands, the Pilates ring, tubing. These are great training tools that you can add into your workouts. And you can see on some of the pictures, the glute bridge with the resistance bands. Great thing to add into your exercise routine because you're adding extra resistance to each exercise, makes it more challenging. And of course, you are going to improve so much faster. The Pilates ring is a great tool to stretch with and then also to use for added resistance for exercises. And then tubing you can do seated rows, you can do tubing using to do some shoulder work. Great things also to travel with. People underestimate, not being able to work out on vacation. Well, guess what? You really can because this stuff fits into your suitcases very easily. And then I also love to add in the swing trainer. It works your full body, and then you train rotationally and anti-rotationally. So rotationally, obviously you're turning, and then anti-rotationally, you're actually resisting the rotation. So that actually trains your core as well. And then also the TrueTurnPro, because we want to work on that thoracic rotation. Like I talked about earlier, we need to be able to get our upper body to rotate while we are doing that golf swing. And the TrueTurnPro is going to definitely be able to help you learn how to rotate better. And so if right now you don't have a lot of rotation with it, the great thing is you can use your hands to help pull you in different directions. And then, of course, like I said, at the gym, you've got the machines, you've got the barbells and free weights and the kettlebells. You can add all of that added into your workouts. And that's the nice thing about training for golf fitness is you can do it at the gym or at home. Okay. So there are different types of workouts that you can do. And again, in the Golf Fitness 101 handout, I have in there how to do these workouts and examples of how to set up these workouts. So an AMRAP workout is many rounds as possible. This is where you're going to set a timer. Say, for example, you have 20 minutes to work out. So an AMRAP is a perfect workout to do. You pick 4 or 5 exercises. You go through those 4 or 5 exercises in 20 minutes. You are going to have a fantastic workout. Circuit training. I love doing circuit training just because you can pick 6, 8, 10 exercises, run through those 8 to 10 exercises 2, 3, 4 times. HIIT workouts, another great way to challenge yourself, setting a timer for doing 30 seconds, 45 seconds, or a minute of work, and then giving yourself 10, 15, 20 seconds to rest, depending how long you actually did. If you did a minute of work, you are going to want a little bit longer rest. And then supersets. I love supersets. If I'm feeling like I want to get a lot done quickly, I love to do supersets. So I might do a chest press and a leg exercise, and then I might do a back exercise, and then throw in a tricep exercise. Just depends on what I feel like for the day. And then, of course, you want to add in mobility and flexibility exercises. The side bend is a great exercise. These are great exercises to add in. And I will tell you, all of these are in the Golf Fitness 101 manual for you. Back reaches, windshield wipers to work on that internal and external rotation. Figure 4 is a great hip opener. And reaching, just anything that we do reaching is going to help improve our mobility and flexibility. Okay, so of course, I want you to be able to design your own golf fitness program and build success. So you need to decide how many days per week are you going to exercise. Are you going to do full body strength workout? And what days do you plan on exercising? What time of day are you exercising? You want to write this in your calendar because then you have a much better chance of actually getting it done. How long are you going to work out? You want to know that. And then what are your goals? Because you're going to want to make sure that you're reaching your goals that you set forward. And what motivates you to actually stay healthy and active? What's going to motivate you to be doing your own golf fitness program? So I've actually created a workout checklist for you so that way you're able to create your own workouts easily. So I've got it set up where you can print these off and you could actually create your own catalog of workouts with this checklist. And on here, you put the date, you can create a workout name for it. You can list the workout exercises that you plan on doing, the number of sets and reps. You can check what type of workout that you're going to do. Are you going to add in swing trainer or TrueTurnPro exercises? And then what stretching and mobility exercises are you going to add in as well? So designing your own golf fitness program, plan out which exercises you want to do for the day. So like I just said in that checklist, you're going to be able to plan out what you're going to want to do for the day. Again, what type of workout do you want to do? So that's going to be on your checklist. How long are you going to work out? Something to add to the checklist might be, how long did that workout take you to do? Again, what swing trainer or TrueTurnPro exercises are you adding in? And then stretching and mobility, writing down which exercises that you've done. So some warm-up ideas for yourself is to get on walking on a treadmill or outside for 10-15 minutes. Get that heart pumping, get the blood flowing before you start doing the strength training. You can march in place or do butt kicks, jumping jacks, things like that. You can do the rowing machine for 5 minutes or the elliptical for 5 to 10 minutes, but just do something to get the blood flowing to your muscles. So again, here's that workout checklist. I wanted you to see it again so that way you can see that it's going to be easy for you to create your own workouts. I've also created a Golf Fitness 101 workout schedule for you. So you've got a blank slate for you to fill in your own ideas. And then I've also created one that gives you an example. So this is going to be a download for you that you'll be able to download all of this. And you can see that, Monday might be an AMRAP workout, Wednesday's a circuit, Friday's a hit, but you have a warm up and stretching and mobility each day. And stretching and mobility, after you're playing golf as well. So you can get this download today and you're going to get that Golf Fitness 101, the Golf Fitness 101 workout schedule, and then the checkout list also. But I'm going to throw in a bonus of my Swing Power ebook. And this is 15 essential exercises for rotational power in golf. This is a fantastic ebook, has a wealth of information in it there for you. And make sure there's 15 exercises, 5 exercises of just you doing your own with your body. You're going to have 5 exercises with the TrueTurnPro and 5 exercises with the swing trainer. They're going to help truly power your golf game. So if you want that today, you can type in the chat that, please give me the link to the download. I want that. Or you can just go to jtfitnessandgolf.com/golf-fitness-101. And I have another free bonus for you. And this is another golf fitness ebook. You're just going to go to jtfitnessandgolf.com. My new ebook is The Golfer's Guide to Mobility, 10 Essential Exercises. And you're going to definitely want this ebook as well. I do change out my ebooks every quarter. So if you are watching this on replay and it's 6 months from now, you're going to have a different ebook. This one will not be there. Okay, so other offerings though that I do have are Fit for Golf in 30 days. Now, some people tell me, Janice, I love to do follow along videos because that way they can see the person, the instructor, they can really hear the cues and they stay more engaged. So I have Fit for Golf in 30 days, which have 30-day workouts and they're all follow along videos. I've also included mobility exercises in there, foam rolling exercises, a fitness assessment section. There's a workout calendar and a success manual for you. Now, this has a value of $399, but it is actually only $47. So go grab your Fit for Golf in 30 days. Now, if you want even more, there's the JT Fitness and Golf membership site. And again, now this is going to have all follow along videos. There's over 100 strength training, mobility, yoga, and Pilates follow along videos in here. You also have follow along videos to help strengthen your core, and that's using the rotational and anti-rotational exercise videos with the swing trainer. And then there's also follow along videos with the TrueTurnPro. So you can improve your golf swing as well with the golf fitness assessment videos. I help you stay accountable because we do monthly Zoom coaching calls. And then you can also get coaching on your own time. There's on-demand coaching calls as well. So there's a get starting on the right foot with the fitness success manual. And then, of course, we're golfers. We need to eat healthy. There's over 100 different recipes that are on this website as well. This is only $77 a month for you to get all of this upfront. And then if you are interested in, if you have any kind of neck pain, back pain, knee pain, shoulder pain, there are the Golfers Pain Solutions for you. And right now, as of shooting this video, the neck and back pain are available. But these are 21-day courses. There's motivational emails for each and every day. We have a private Facebook group. There's a prevention manual. This comes with a 21-day calendar, exercise calendar, and a long-term calendar. And then the daily exercises only take 12 to 15 minutes per day. So it doesn't take a lot of time to get through the workouts each and every day. And it's really just a series of anywhere from 7 to 9 exercises per day that you're going to get through. And you're going to love the way these make you feel. You can actually save right now $150 on these. This is typically $299 per program. But right now you can go to jtfitnessandgolf.com and get $150 off the program. And then if you want even more, my last program is the 90-day Golf Fitness Challenge. And this is a 90-day program. We do a golf fitness assessment via Zoom at the beginning and at the end. We set your goals for you. We really focus in on the strength, mobility, flexibility, and rotational training. But you have weekly check-ins with me. You have monthly one-on-one coaching calls with me as well. And then I also use a high-end training app to provide the workouts to you. The great thing about this app is you're still able to work out when it's convenient for you. But I also know when you still work out because everything is done through the app. And of course, if anything needs to be modified and adjusted, that's why I'm available to you so we can make sure that all happens. So with that, if you are interested in the 90-day Golf Fitness Challenge, just know that we do need to talk on the phone. I want to make sure that we're a really good fit for each other and that this program is right for you. So I always have us talk on the phone first. That's a free consult for us to chat. And you can go to jtfitnessandgolf.com/golf-fitness-chat and get yourself scheduled. All right. So if anyone has any kind of questions, I want you to go ahead and post them into the comments, and I will get to those questions at the end. And then I just want to say thank you so much for being here. Please let me know if you do have any questions because I want to make sure and answer everything so you make sure that you are making great decisions. So I hope you've enjoyed the Golf Fitness 101. Of course, please let me know how I can help you. You can go to jtfitnessandgolf.com. If you have any questions, you can email me or use the contact form to be able to, just to reach out to me. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing. And again, just want to say thank you. And if you have any questions and I can help you with anything, please let me know.